One, two, ready, go.
Hello everyone, my name is Jose Soto and I'm the music specialist at the Burbank Center for the Arts. My specialty is the mariachi director, mariachi maestro, and I'm very happy to be here. This is a music camp, and this camp happens for 3 weeks. Kids come and learn music, so we don't expect them to know anything. We offer them an instrument. The first day we let them try more than one instrument so they explore a little bit. That's the violin, guitar, and of course, all of them have to do singing. And the style we use is mariachi. They still learn how to read music, how to hold the violin, just like a classical class will do it, but we're focused on using the style of mariachi. Music education is very important because it's just one of all the forms of art that a kid should explore. You know, I happen to do music, there's theater, there's painting, there's all of these other forms of art that kids should be exploring with their kids. Now I'm noticing that not every single kid has to be from Mexico or from El Salvador. We have kids who come from the Philippines, we have kids who come from different countries, and it's just like, oh, okay. So again, we're teaching the music, we're using the mariachi style, and they will connect with the music. Some of the families will connect with the whole idea of the mariachi music. There's nothing more fascinating than seeing a kid saying, I'm not gonna be able to do this in 3 weeks. And then after the 3 weeks saying, I can play G, I can play D, I can play my chords, I can play with the bow, I can hold my violin. But these mariachi camps are a great opportunity for kids to explore if they like music or not. You know, they'll come and they'll do it for 3 weeks, and if they don't like it, that's okay. But everybody should have the opportunity to come and try. Any class that will offer some kind of art should be happening all around our country and the world, really, to make it a better place.
My name is Heather Murray, and I am a teaching artist with AV Film. The summer film camp serves to teach students how to use filmmakers' tools to communicate stories. On a basic level, that's the goal of the camp. But we also really strive to lift up students culturally, individually, so that they have confidence to tell their stories and that they value their stories so that they know that they're worthy of being shared. When you are given the tools to create a film, to take an idea that you have and bring it to life, that is such a confidence-building process that it kind of gives you, it increases your self-worth, the way you value yourself in a really significant way. Build confidence, like they start to become more and more passionate about the projects, and they want to tell their stories. And once you kind of give them permission and the tools to do that, there's like a spark that happens with them. And so getting to know a student through the process of creating something is something you really can't compare it to anything else. And also, what's fabulous about teaching film is watching the students also kind of get to know themselves and develop as individuals in the process. So I get to know them in a very particular way, and they seem to kind of understand themselves in a very particular way, and being part of that is always, I have chills now.
My name is Marisela Garcia, and I am a part of Grupo Folklorico Quetzalen, and I was Ventura Artística's instructor for the camp. I think that dance education is important because depending on what kind of dance you're doing, it shows a little bit of your culture, especially in Folklorico. You're able to learn about the past and present and future, because I was able to show them that in different states they have different stories of why they are dancing the dance that they do, and it's different for each state, so it's a very important part of someone's education to have some kind of cultural background on the dance. And it's also really good for gross motor skills as well. So it keeps you young, it keeps you thinking when you have to do a new dance move that might be a little hard. I think that the parents get very excited when they see their kids dancing La Danza de los Viejitos, for example, when the kids would come up to me and ask them, can you record me to show my mom? Or how do I join the dance group? So I think it's exciting for parents to see them get involved in an art form that represents a lot of their culture. Ended up having them do La Danza de los Viejitos and do whatever kind of dance move they wanted, and they learned for 20 to 30 seconds, because that's when you get to see the students that maybe did not have the skill to do a certain step kind of blossom and do their own. So I think that this would be really cool if it was maybe offered in the community of Roseland in Santa Rosa, or if it was offered in the community center at Healdsburg or Windsor. I think that they have a lot of communities there that would be interested and have populations where they would want to have their kids incorporated and learn about alebrijes or sculptures, dance, and food.
Hola, mi nombre es Marisela y yo estaba instruyendo la clase de cocina en el campamento. Los niños llegan, se ponen su mandil, lavan sus manos y empiezan a cocinar y a divertirse. Ver a los niños que cuando están cocinando, como las cosas que aprenden y que les gusta lo que están cocinando y que comen lo que ellos están cocinando, y pues verlos felices a ellos. Mi parte favorita es ver a los niños cuando prueban sus platos que ellos mismos hicieron, y ellos están contentos y les gusta las cosas nuevas que aprendieron. Dándoles oportunidad a todos de aprender, y toman turnos y tratamos de usar herramientas que sean fáciles para ellos, como cuchillos de plástico, y que todo sea como de formas divertidas para ellos. Estaría muy bien que lo ofrecieran en diferentes partes del condado y que se expandiera y que lo hicieran, que hubiera más oportunidad para más niños.
Hi, my name is Lexi Bakar and I run youth programming at the Sonoma Community Center. There's 4 groups and they rotate. It's actually pretty quick. We have 45 minutes with each group. So it's kind of chaotic and beautiful and messy. Art education is really important. I think creativity is a foundation for so many other fields. Science, math, technology, like you need that creativity in the brain to be able to problem solve and be innovative. So I think it's like a really great tool for kids and even adults for the future. And I think not only is it fun, it's creative, and kids need to be able to explore themselves through art, and it teaches really good lessons. So how I help students who don't feel like artists, I feel like I ask that question to a lot of my classes in the beginning, like raise your hand if you are an artist. And there are those kids that don't feel like they can draw or do traditional art forms, and I really relate to that because I'm not an illustrator, or I don't feel like I'm traditionally that great at art, but there's something for everybody. Especially sculpture or collaging, and you don't necessarily have to know how to draw to be an artist. There's such a wide variety of art forms, and just helping a child find the one that speaks to them can really open them up and make them feel like an artist.
My name is Sarah Parker. I'm the education coordinator at the Sonoma Valley Museum of Art, and I'm also a teaching artist. They always come up with something that I didn't imagine. So it's like, okay, here's the project, this is what we're doing. And they'll take it somewhere completely different, somewhere I never imagined. And that's my favorite, because it just shows me that what I'm doing is bigger than myself, and goes far beyond my own imagination and my thoughts, and they just take it and magnify it. So that's my favorite part. Camp, it's been fun to watch friendships grow. So some of the students that were a little more shy and quiet at the beginning, today they're just running around like crazy, screaming and laughing and playing. So watching relationships develop and watching kind of a feeling of community develop, I think is really fun. Well, there's a little bit of trial and error. Sometimes we have to make the mess or break the pastel or whatever and learn for ourselves. But a little bit of a demonstration at the beginning usually helps. Here's how to use the supplies, and just take a deep breath and realize they're kids and they're going to experiment, and in that process of experimentation sometimes there's going to be messes, but we learn as we go. hopefully take care of our materials as well. Artists are the change makers. They're the ones who create the culture. They kind of orient us towards what's important and what we need to pay attention to. So fostering that in children and kind of nurturing it and letting them carry their imagination and their passions and their interests through and kind of maintain that creativity into being teenagers and into adulthood is really the way we build a more creative, imaginative, vibrant future full of creative people who can actualize what they imagine and what they dream.